Today, I'm going to teach you the basics of YouTube SEO and exactly how to rank your videos in YouTube search. I've used these exact strategies to rank my videos in the top 3 on YouTube for competitive keywords like how to self-publish a book, how to write a business plan, and how to start your own business. Now, right now, if you're making videos on YouTube, but you're not getting as many views and your channel isn't growing as quickly as you would like,
I want to grow.
Quite possibly, YouTube SEO mistakes are the culprit. So in this video, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about YouTube SEO and how to rank your videos on YouTube, including very specific tactics that you can start implementing today on your videos, small changes you can make that make a big difference, and the most important 3 factors that the YouTube algorithm truly cares about. So what exactly is YouTube SEO? Well, SEO just stands for search engine optimization, and basically it is the science of how you can work with an algorithm to get your videos to rank well in that search algorithm. So here on YouTube, when someone types in a search term, is your video going to show up in the top results? If your video is search engine optimized, then it will. So let's start out with a bit of a truth bomb.
The truth.
YouTube is a business and they exist for one main purpose, and that purpose is to make money. And like most businesses, they invest in their business so that their business can become more and more profitable. And one of the main ways YouTube does this is by investing into their algorithm, by improving the process by which they promote videos to viewers so that they can keep their viewers or their users on the platform for longer and keep them happy. Because the longer they can keep people on YouTube, the more money they can make. And what that looks like in a practical sense is YouTube has spent millions of dollars perfecting their algorithm so that it can match viewers with the exact videos they want to watch. And why that matters to you is because if you're making videos that someone out there wants to watch, then you need to make sure that you are working with the algorithm so that the algorithm truly knows what your videos are about and who would want to watch them and can promote your videos to those people. When you make videos on YouTube, your audience or your viewers are going to engage with them in different ways. They will, first of all, potentially click on them, they'll watch them for a certain amount of time, they might hit the like button, and they might leave comments. But you might be wondering which of these factors is really the most important. Well, YouTube has said time and time again that the most important factor for whether or not a video is going to rank, and the most important factor of audience engagement, is simply whether or not someone clicks on the video. The percent of people that click on your video when it's suggested to them is called click-through ratio, or CTR. Now, YouTube does also give some weight to other factors, including your viewer retention, how long people keep watching your videos. We'll talk more about that in just a couple minutes, and also likes and dislikes. And as far as that goes, what that means is that it is worth asking people to like your videos. But let's talk a little bit more about CTR, since YouTube has said time and time again that click-through ratio is one of the most important factors for ranking on YouTube. One specific easy tip that I can give you about how to improve your CTR is to simply add a bracket or parentheses to the end of your title. Now, multiple studies have shown that when you add a bracket or parentheses to the end of a title, it increases the percentage of people who click on that. And this goes for videos as well. Now, the reason why this is because it gives people a little bit of an insight, or at least it makes them feel like they're getting an insight into what the video is actually about.
Intriguing.
And since they feel more confident about what the video is about, they feel more confident that the video will be what they're looking for and that the video will be interesting to them. And so they are more likely to click on it. Obviously, this is one of the easiest things you can do to improve your video's click-through rate and therefore rank higher on YouTube. Another bonus tip is to add your target keywords. Again, we'll talk more about keywords, what those are, and how to find your target keyword in just a minute. But whatever your target keywords are, make sure that you include them in the first 20 to 25 words of your video's description. That's because this is the only part of your video's description that viewers or potential viewers can see before they click on your video. And so it's the only part of your video's description that can affect whether or not they choose to click on your video, meaning the part that can affect your CTR and therefore affect your ranking. So let's move on now and talk about keywords as I promised. So what exactly are keywords? Well, they are simply words or phrases that people use to search for content. And they're words or phrases that you can use to identify your content. So for example, someone might go to YouTube and search YouTube SEO basics and find a video like this one. Or they might search for a term like how to start an online business to find videos like this. Keywords are extremely important because they are the heart of how any sort of search algorithm works. Users are typing in keywords to tell the algorithm what type of content that they're looking for, and then the algorithm is using keywords, at least in part, to tell which pieces of content are the right fit for that search inquiry. So it is extremely important that you know what keywords you are trying to rank your content for, that you choose good keywords to rank your videos for, and that you correctly optimize your videos to in fact rank for those keywords. So let's talk about how to do that. To find the right keywords for your video, you'll want to start with some good old-fashioned common sense. Duh. Just think about literally what your video is about. Brainstorm a whole bunch of different ways that you can explain what your video is about in just a few words or less. Then it's time to take to YouTube itself and start searching for each of those terms. Now you're looking for two things here. First of all, of the videos that YouTube returns for your search inquiry, are these videos very similar to the video that you were thinking about creating? Because you're getting some very valuable insight here. You're learning what the algorithm has decided people want when they search for those words. So you want to make sure that your video, your content is in alignment with that. If you're making a video that you think is a great fit for that term, but the algorithm doesn't think so, then when your video potentially ranks for that term, people are most likely not going to click on it. If you make a video about a certain topic and associate it with a certain keyword that you think is a good fit for it, but the algorithm doesn't think so, then it's simply not going to rank for that keyword.
Better luck next time.
So, like I said, that is the first thing you're looking for. Are the videos that match those keywords you're looking for similar to the video you are trying to create? The second thing you want to pay attention to here is how many views are those videos getting? You want to make sure that you're choosing keywords that are popular enough so that if your video ranks for that keyword, it actually ends up getting a significant number of views. I always recommend starting with YouTube and your common sense for this, but you can also use a tool such as TubeBuddy to see how popular different keywords are and how competitive they are, which basically means how many other videos are trying to rank for this keyword as well. By the way, TubeBuddy is a free browser extension that you can install on your browser and then sign into with your YouTube account to be able to get a lot of valuable search data. So as you look at the numbers that TubeBuddy shows you about each different keyword's popularity and competitiveness, and then the score that TubeBuddy gives it, you might be wondering which of these numbers is really the most important and what makes for a good keyword. Common advice is often that you should go for keywords that are as popular as possible, but not competitive at all, because if the keyword is too competitive, then you won't be able to rank for it. But this is simply bad advice, because the truth is that you can rank for any keyword, regardless of how competitive it is, if you correctly optimize your video for that keyword and you make sure that your video is a good fit for that keyword, meaning that people will be satisfied with your video as a result to their search.
That's what I was looking for. Wow.
So for example, if you searched on YouTube SEO basics, and you found this video, would this video be what you're looking for? If it is, then it stands a great chance of ranking high for that keyword, even though that's a very competitive keyword. Now, earlier on, I mentioned that it's very important that you are ranking for keywords that are popular enough so that when you do rank for those keywords, you can actually get a significant number of views from that high ranking. So because of that, the keyword's popularity is of primary importance. You'll want to make sure that that keyword is getting at least a few thousand searches every month, and you can see that listed as the search volume for that keyword in order for it to truly be worth your time to make a video audio about it. As far as the keywords competition, yes, it can make it a little easier for you if you steer clear of the most competitive keywords, but you want to give a lot more weight to the popularity of the keyword than the competition level. Another really important note when it comes to choosing keywords is that you want to choose them before you make your video, ideally before you even plan your video, so that you can, first of all, ensure that the keyword is popular enough, and second, that you can design your video around that keyword to make sure that it will really give the viewers what they're looking for. On the other hand, if you try to optimize your video for keywords or choose the right keywords for it after you've made it, you might find that you've made your video around keywords that aren't very popular, or that you're trying to fit your video into a keyword that is more popular, but it's not really the right fit for, and it's tough to ever rank a video for a keyword that it's not the right fit for. So now let's talk about how to actually rank your video for your keywords once you have selected them. Now, of course, as I'm sure you know, you can and should include your keyword in your video's title, description, and tags. However, what matters more than any of those things is that you include your keywords in your video's actual content, because YouTube is automatically captioning every single video, meaning it's listening to it and it's transcribing it, and it is basing your search ranking more than almost anything else on what you actually say in the video, because that obviously, that makes sense that that would give YouTube the best information about what your video is actually about. And now going back to what we were talking about earlier, how there are 3 main factors that have the biggest impact on your video's ranking. Well, what you say in your video is going to be that second most important factor. And finally, before we move on from keywords, let's talk about one more bonus tip for getting your video to rank for a keyword, and that is to make sure that your video's description is at least about 100 words long. The more words you include in your video's description, the more you can tell YouTube and the algorithm about what your video is actually about. So you'll want to make sure that you include each of your main target keywords in your video's description at least about 2 times. This is going to give YouTube a strong indication that your video is probably about that and help your video to rank higher for those terms. And next up, let's talk about tags. First of all, what's the difference between a keyword and a tag? Well, a keyword, we already talked about, that is just a term that people are using to search for content and a term you're using to identify your content. Tags, on the other hand, are something very specific. There is a specific field in your video's description or metadata where you can type in video tags. And these are just keywords that you're plugging into your video's metadata. So keywords, super important, can't avoid them. Tags, on the other hand, are actually a bit of a relic of the past.
Ancient history.
Now, there is a reason to still use tags. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But first, let me give you a very short history of YouTube tags. When YouTube was first created, there wasn't really an algorithm at all. People were just uploading videos willy-nilly. Very quickly, it became a search-driven platform where people were searching for certain keywords, and then YouTube was trying to give them what they were looking for. And at first, YouTube based this primarily off of the video's titles and the video's tags, because they added in this tag field so that they could sort and categorize the videos. Now, over time, as YouTube sought to improve their algorithm so that they could give their users better results that were more aligned with what they were actually looking for and keep them on the platform for longer, they updated the algorithm to factor in descriptions and also captions that people added to the video so that they could better understand what the content was actually about. As things progress even further, YouTube developed the capability to do auto captioning, where they started actually listening to the videos and transcribing them, which gave them a lot more insight into what the videos were truly about.
Now I understand.
Now, as I'm sure you can understand, as YouTube got more and more data about what the videos were actually about, and that data was really from the source, it was from the actual content of the video instead of just what the creator said the video is about, YouTube began to rely more and more on that data and eventually stopped relying on tags altogether. It's been a couple of years now since YouTube came out and blatantly said that they are not using tags as a ranking factor at all, and that their only purpose for tags is to correct commonly misspelled words or words that are homonyms, words that sound the same. Sometimes the captioning software can't tell exactly what you're saying in the video, and so if there is a question, then YouTube's algorithm goes to the tag to figure out which of those two meanings you really meant. But the big takeaway here is that tags don't really affect your video's ranking at all at this point. So you might be wondering, should you even bother with tags? Should you type anything into that tag field? Well, first of all, if there is one of those commonly misunderstood words in your video, something that the algorithm might be confused about, you might as well put it in the tag section just to clarify. But beyond that, I actually still would recommend that you do include your target keywords in the tag section. Now, it's not going to help you rank for them, but it will give you some valuable insight, especially if you're using a tool such as TubeBuddy. If you have typed your target keywords into that tag section, then when you view that video, TubeBuddy will give you data on how you're ranking for each of those keywords. And that way you can easily see how your video is performing so far, and you can work on optimizing from there. So far, we've covered 2 of those 3 most important factors for ranking well on YouTube. And now we come to the third, and that is audience retention. So audience retention is the percentage of time that your viewers watch your video, and channel-wide, the percentage of time that your viewers on average watch your videos. And something that's very similar to audience retention is average view duration, which is the number of minutes that viewers watch each of your videos. Now, doesn't it make so much sense that of course YouTube would rank videos higher if viewers keep watching them for longer? Obviously, that's a really strong indicator that they are enjoying the video and that the video is what they were looking for, especially if they searched for a certain term, then they chose to click on it, and then as they watched it, they kept on watching it. It shows that it was really what they were looking for. So how can you improve your audience retention? How can you keep people watching for longer? Well, there are 3 things you can do. First of all, make sure that your video is a good fit for the search intent. So this goes back to what we talked about earlier. You need to have the keyword in mind when you plan and film the video. You need to make sure that you are designing the video around the keyword so that it is a good fit for what your viewer will be looking for. Second, don't waste your viewers' time. Avoid rambling and make sure that your video keeps moving forward with new valuable information or new events that keep unfolding. And third, make sure that you keep your viewers focused by using an easy to follow outline. The only way you can do that is by planning your video ahead of time and having a clear outline. Viewers are more likely to keep watching a video for longer if they understand the information that they're consuming. You can also keep viewers' attention by changing things up with different camera angles, graphics, and music so that your viewers don't get bored.
This is interesting.
So let's wrap things up with a bonus tip for getting people to keep watching your videos for longer. So here's the thing. People keep watching videos for longer when they see social proof that others also enjoyed the video. They think other people said this video is good, so it must be good, or it's going to get good, so I'll keep on watching it to get to the good part or to get whatever else is coming later. So here are a few different ways that you can increase the social proof on your video. First of all, how can you get people to comment more? Well, just asking people to comment is too vague and people don't have a good idea of what to say. You can make it way easier for people to comment and make it much more likely that they do so by asking them a specific and easy to answer question. Ideally, this is a multiple choice question where they can choose between 2 options. That makes it easy for them to answer, and a lot of the time they'll want to share their opinion. So for example, here's a question for you right now. How do you choose your keywords or your video topics? Do you make videos just about what you feel like making videos about, or are you more the analytical type that likes to do a lot of keyword research and choose your keywords and your video topics based on data?
Data, I cannot make bricks without clay.
Tell me in the comments down below, are you more of the intuitive type or more of the research type? And one more way to increase your video social proof and keep people watching your videos for longer, especially if your channel is still really small, is to add some social proof by actually engaging with your video yourself. So when you first publish a video, don't be shy about clicking on your video and watching it all the way through a few times. times. Not only is this going to start to rack up the first few views, which adds some social proof, but it also is going to set your audience retention on a good path from the start. So that means your first few views are going to be 100% audience retention, which can help to increase your search ranking. You can also, of course, give your video a like and leave a comment, and you can pin your comment to the top, which again adds more social proof. And if you have multiple Google accounts, maybe you have yours, maybe you have access to your significant others or to a friend's or to your businesses or to your dogs, well, you can log into each of those different Google accounts and do the same things with those accounts, again, adding more social proof and helping your video to rank higher from the start. A lot of people don't talk about this tactic because it can feel a little silly, but when you're first starting out, every single view counts, and so this tactic can really help. There is tons more about YouTube SEO that I would love to share with you, but I don't have time in this video that's already getting way too long. So I recorded an hour-long masterclass in which I share with you more about how the algorithm works, more about how to work with it, and especially how to grow your channel to 1,000 subscribers as quickly as possible. In fact, I've had several people reach out to me and share that they use the strategies in that free workshop to get their first 1,000 subscribers after posting just 5 or 10 videos. And I even share one of the stories like that in the workshop itself, and I break down exactly how that new creator did that. So if you want to check out that workshop and get access to that hour-long YouTube algorithm masterclass, then be sure to check the description below. You can sign up and choose a time to watch it that works for you, because it is an on-demand workshop, which means that we've got multiple showing times every day that you can watch it, and it is completely free. All right, well, that is everything for this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Give this video a like if you learned something new, if you got something valuable out of it, if you have tips now that you are going to start implementing on your next video. And of course, consider subscribing if you want to learn even more about how to grow here on YouTube, or you're interested in starting your own online business, which is one of the main things I talk about here on my channel. My name is Gillian Perkins. Thanks so much for joining me today. I love you, and I'll see you next week with another video.